So I'm gonna wait a few minutes before I begin. Amy, happy Freya's Day. Trying to figure out the best angle for my tree. Alright. Yes, every time I get on the video, I appropriately fix myself and then I start going. No. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Let some people start coming on. I'm excited. How are you doing, Amy? How is everything treating you right now? I hope everything is well with you. Everything is magnificent with me. Very excited. Oh, you can hear me. Was there a problem? I shut my notifications off. But I don't think that should affect it. Oh no, where did I put it? It's all the way over there. Damn. Damn. Yeah, stir crazy. I'm sure a lot of people are. You know what? That's good over there. Yeah, headphones are great. I actually was just writing something up and I suggested that you use headphones when you're doing certain things online, so you get the full effect. But yeah, this is number 4 of my transmission videos. I kind of want to give it a minute. It is kind of late. Who knows? People have been in their house, so they're probably asleep. Who knows what everybody's doing right now. I'm personally working all week. So I'm working, and then I'm putting in time to work on this stuff outside of here. So, outside of work, it's you know, a lot. There's a lot going on. I'm making rune sets. I'm teaching rune classes. A lot. But it's okay. I like it. It's good. I'm not complaining. It's definitely, great. Nice. Amy says, nice. I'm so happy to see you all energized. Well, all energized is the whole point of my video right now. It's something I want everybody to understand and comprehend in some way and hopefully utilize, because we all can get energized and motivated and creative and all kinds of good things like that with the energy. So I guess I'll begin. I did a few different transmission videos, and with those videos I talked about an energy coming into the planet, and the energy coming into the planet was awakening the Atlantis energy. Amy, you must have read my mind. Amy, I'm sure you have. Because that's another part of what I'm going to talk about. No, but not in this video, in another video. So, if you go back to my other transmission videos, I honestly feel like it started when I started doing the videos about working with the sun and how important it is for people to work with the sun. So, that was the beginning. It was definitely the start of the energy that was entering into the planet. If you look at my other transmission videos, I actually expressed this energy that was coming into the planet as this electric blue looking vine type energy that was dripping down through the universe. Okay. So this energy was in turn tapping into our auric field, and if you kind of visualize these vein-like blue energy waves that are coming down as similar to the electrical pulses within our brain when photographed, similar shooting, that pulsating energy. So now envision that energy that's coming into the planet, connecting to our auric field, and then amplifying the pulses within our brain, making it work a little differently, okay? So now, not only is this energy that was coming into it's arrived to the planet, it's here already. I feel like it's not integrating too much more, it's kind of already here, it's more of us adapting to it. And now, one thing that I had noticed that this energy was doing, I don't really have a name for this energy, I don't think it's bad, I think it's needed, actually, at this time. But what this energy is doing, not only opening and amplifying parts of you in your energy field, in your auric field, but it's also amplifying parts of the planet. So what I wanted to emphasize, and I kind of touched on a little bit in my other video, is that it's reawakening the energy of Atlantis on the planet. The energy of Atlantis did not disappear, it did not go away, it was what they say submerged underwater. My thoughts on that are a little different, which I will go over in my Atlantis series that I will be launching very shortly. So keep an eye on for that. But what I wanted to talk about in this now is to kind of help people open up and adapt to the energy that is awakening on this planet, and that is the Atlantis energy. Not many people know about Atlantis. Some do, some have, an idea. I personally have had past life in Atlantis. I have entered this lifetime numerous times and actually plan on going into it again. It's something that's always fueled me and my seer ability and my protective ability. So I'm starting to put it together in what I've learned to be able to teach everybody else about this energy, because I believe this energy is reawakening on the planet. So the energy that came in, I'd say a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, has reawakened this energy. Let me look at the comments really quick. Hi, Tyler. Hi, Valerie. How are you guys? So going over, I touched on the Atlantis energy a little bit in my other videos. I just want to express and explain the Atlantis energy a little bit to people so they can adapt and be aware of this. This energy is not going anywhere. If anything, this energy is being multiplied and magnified. What this is doing, it's awakening the energy that entered into the planet, awakening dormant capabilities within you and also the planet. So, hence the Atlantis energy. So one thing I know with the Atlantis energy, this energy is high vibrational grounding energy. It's a little different. It's not so much the total high vibrational fifth dimension. It is from the 5th to 12th dimension. That's what I have tapped into. But it is also connected to all of our senses. It is a very grounding energy for being a high vibrational energy. But it also takes discipline and control with that energy and understanding the different levels of it to kind of balance and ground that energy. Because one of the effects, I would say, of feeling that Atlantis energy is a little loopiness, a little floating. It kind of feels like your brain is lifting. It feels like you have frequencies that are kind of going off in your ears or around your head, not so much in your ears, but it feels like it's in your around immediate surroundings, or you're hearing the frequencies that are emitting off devices, whether it be kitchen appliances, charger cords, anything. You'll start to feel and hear this vibration. The frequency will be very similar to white noise. This is how I explained it to Ashley the other day, so I'm going to use this. Maybe it was yesterday. It's like white noise, but you're deaf for a moment. It feels like you're deaf for a moment. You can't hear anything, but yet you hear this white noise, and you kind of hear the things going on around you, but it's overlapping the normal sounds. Are you with me now? Amy, that has definitely been me lately. Exactly. So, the Atlantis energy. This energy is a high vibrational grounding energy. But what it does, it kind of makes you feel like you're levitating. Okay. Hi Diane. I sent you that invoice earlier. I haven't really been on I've been kind of getting ready. Yes, Amy, like tunnel vision. Amy said like tunnel vision. Absolutely. But I want to tell you this. The energy is of tunnel vision, but of all your senses combined and meshed together. So it's like you have tunnel vision with such precise hearing, your sight, your smell, your feel. Even the hairs on your skin are starting to stand up in a way where you can sense the energy on a more high depth level. Okay? So I also have noticed that it'll maybe shut out your other senses. Whether it be your sense of smell. I know my vision has been going in and out a little bit. Not like I'm going blind, but I've noticed the strain of adapting to the energy. So that was another thing that you can feel with that high vibrational grounding energy is it's almost as if you're shooting up, but you're also shooting down. So your body, your human body, isn't used to this high vibrational grounding energy. So what it kind of feels like is like you're being either stretched or it's going like this constantly. It's like you're like this is the best way I can explain it. It's like you're levitating with a rock on your foot, in a sense. In a good way, though. Like, it's kind of cool. It's different. It's new. Your third eye is going to be pulsating like crazy. It's almost like I said earlier, it's like you hear the frequency not so much in your ears, but it's around your senses. It's like, it's almost as if it's creating a new auric field around you. That's a good way, because how I visualize it is almost like, when it's happening, it's almost like bubbles that are like, so when I'm feeling the high vibrational pull, I'm feeling and I'm seeing almost a bubble create and lift up a little bit or lift out this way. When the grounding energy, I can feel my legs being pulled down a little bit. So, and I know that there's a lot of people who are empathic out there, and there are a lot of people who are going to become more empathic now because a lot of the Atlantis energy is empathic abilities. They're not so much in control with those senses or the again, discipline level of not panicking with those senses. I know it took me a long time to release anxiety from my ability because it does work a lot on my senses. So you have to try and release the fear, release the anxiety. Understand this is energetic right now. I'm not having a fucking panic attack. I'm not dying right now. You're feeling the energy. Stop, think, feel your senses, and almost just record it in your mind. So you'll start to, like I said, your empathic ability is going to be way more sensitive. So you got to empower those. You got to strengthen those. You're going to be feeling energies so much faster. You're going to be feeling them either on a different level or more extreme level. I notice lately with the harsher energies that I'm feeling sick because I will feel sick with certain energies, but it's almost like it doesn't last. It's almost like I immediately understand why, and it's gone. Because a lot of when I understand what I'm getting, it's because, so I'll get that feeling, and then I'll realize what that feeling is, it'll go away. Let me look at the comments. Aaron, what's up, lady? Haven't seen you in so long. So I'm talking about the Atlantis energy. I want everybody to understand how our empathic abilities are wicked sensitive, and I feel like this is a lot of why people are freaking anxious and stir crazy. And obviously the circumstances aren't great, and that has a little bit to do with it. But I know the energy that had come into the planet, that has arrived here, has awakened the Atlantis energy. So I want people to understand and be aware that it's a lot of on your senses. It's a lot of your feels, your manifesting ability is going to be happening instantly. It's almost like you don't need that thought. It's almost like it shoots so fast, like the energy pulses within your brain that are connecting with this high vibrational grounding energy that is allowing things to manifest almost instantly. So be careful. What you're thinking, what you're feeling, it's really, really important. Amy says, I have been having quite a few panic attacks the last couple of weeks, or at least they feel like it. Comes in quick, but then I'm able to make it pass within a few minutes. Exactly. That's what I mean. So it's coming in fast, and you're like, oh shit, but you're aware of it. I'll actually have this almost faint of heart feeling, I guess I could explain it as, where it's almost like my chest is hollowed out, but it's not in a bad way. It's almost like it feels like a burst of love. So this is another thing I want everybody to understand, and why you don't have to be so nervous and anxious. The Atlantis energy is such pure love energy. It's not, don't get me wrong, there is darker energies that come with the Atlantis energy. Not all the energy being awakened right now of the Atlantis energy is going to be good, so you need to understand discernment. You need to understand that you know, there was this darkness of greed that came over a lot of people, and hence that's why there was the destruction. But there's also this pure love that comes with it. It's I don't know how to explain it. Like, I say things and people are like, what? I'm so overly optimistic. Even when things were really bad, I would always still be optimistic. It was weird. I don't understand. I'm totally impatient and hate waiting. But I have that underlying understanding that the love I'm admitting at the fact that everything is okay, it continues to be that way. So, release the anxiety and understand that with the Atlantis energy, it's such a high vibrational feeling of love that you can't be harmed. That anxiety is not real. It's just a shock wave to your body because your human body is not used to this energy. I'm going to look at the comments. Aaron, I love Atlantis. I do too. And I have an Atlantis series that will be released. What is it? It's the middle of April now. I want to say, give me a few weeks, just because I'm still working and I want to go over everything I have to make sure I'm giving everybody the best information possible. So, Valerie, no wonder I've been getting emotional lately, not like me. So I had explained in my other videos about that energy that came in, almost like that blue vein-like energy that was connecting to our auric field and in turn manifesting things quickly. So that also that manifests quickly. Another thing that it's doing, I just have to express the Atlantis energy to everybody, because it's not just an organic energy. It's a technological energy that's blended together. So another thing that's compared to that energy, I guess I'm going to make the announcement, seeing I'm talking about Atlantis and I keep getting this, I almost say it and I don't say it. So the Atlantis energy to me feels to compare it to anything that we are used to on an energetic basis, it's close to organite, okay? This high vibrational grounding energy that Atlantis brings. And I will announce, there has been a reason my creations have been on a back burner, my inventions that have been coming through, but you will be seeing organite from me very soon. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So anyways, Diane, you said, always be really interested in Atlantis. Looking forward to learning more. Yes. I've been connected to Atlantis for a long time. I have gone through multiple past life regressions within that lifetime that I lived in Atlantis. I guess I'll tell a little backstory. Jesus, how long ago was this? Me and Ashley went to this meditation night in Cranston years ago, and it was probably like 9-10 years ago. And this woman that, I'm sorry, I want to share this to my newsfeed because I never did this. I forgot all about it. This woman that channeled Archangel Michael, okay, she was there, and let me share this really fast. doing that? Okay, I'm not sharing it till after. So anyways, so we went to this woman who channeled Archangel Michael, like, it had to have been like 9-10 years ago. It's 2020. Yeah, it definitely had to be 20 years ago. 20 years ago. 10 years ago. Amy, pretty sure that's where we first met, Jess, in Atlantis. Oh, I totally agree with that. Like, see the seriousness in my face? I totally believe that. I totally believe that. So anyway, so this woman, I can't even remember her name. Actually, I don't know. I haven't heard about her in years. Her only reason, honestly, she was supposed to give me that message. So she walked around the room and she started telling everybody where their soul originated from. So at first I'm like, okay, let me listen to her, but I'm not going to listen to everything she says. And she's going around the room and she's telling people where they come from. And of course she told Ashley she's an alien, so I'm like, all right, I get that. She comes up to me and she goes, your soul originated in Atlantis, in this such serious face. And I just was like, I didn't expect her to say that. I did not expect her to say that at all, and I always had this connection to Atlantis. And I was just kind of, like, there was still a skeptical part of me, of course. Because, you don't really believe a lot of stuff until you see it, until you have some kind of factual visual proof, because that's how our human mind has been conditioned to believe what is possible is only with physical proof, but anything is possible. So, she said this to me, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And she, gave us this energetic mission to complete to help heal the planet. And it was a really cool night. But that message just stuck with me. And then I would go through meditations and shamanic journeys and all these different things and aura reading, and Atlantis would come up. Atlantis would come up. Atlantis would come up. So then I go through past life regressions. First, I went through a tribal life. That had to get out of the way. I had to understand that, had to see that. But ever since then, everyone has brought me right to Atlantis. Oh, by the way, she said what I was in Atlantis was a gatekeeper between realms. The whole important part, I totally forgot. The protector. So, which is not far off from what I am in this lifetime. If you know me, you know I've always protected in a lot of ways. So, I started doing more past life regressions, and all these past life regressions started bringing me to Atlantis over and over and over. And over and over and over. It was me as a gatekeeper. I was huge Amazonian type. I would say beyond Amazonian type. I was definitely like 20 feet tall. Maybe bigger. My legs were the size of my body. I had on a soldier-like outfit. Almost like a space officer, I guess. It reminded me of like, I don't know, it was tight, it was black, it had like a gray trim, but I had a crystallized gun. It was beautiful, the landscape was amazing, they were so connected to the earth, they were so advanced in that. It was very intense. So I was a gatekeeper between the realms, and what this was like, almost like a energetic force field that I was able to create, which I can totally understand that with what I do in this lifetime. But I had this, and it happened a few times where I was like, I guess, working as a gatekeeper. I had my uniform on, I had the crystal gun. So now this was really cool to me that it took me a few times, whether it was a past life regression meditation, group meditation, or a private regression. I had always kept going back to Atlantis. So what was really cool is where it would show me the parts where I was protecting and saving the land, the area. And I would almost, at first I thought I would pick up a crystal and put it down in a certain place, and this electric blue grid would just create, and it was just a barricade and electrical field that just kept certain energy, darker energy, out. And this energy was only showed to me as almost like a Dementor type of energy, just because I was supposed to see other details within this regression where it was only, obviously that's darkness, And I got more detail of that, which I'll bring up in my Atlantis series when I do that. And so friggin', as I go on, to get to the point, as I go on through these regressions, I'm realizing I'm not picking up a crystal and putting it down. I'm creating a crystallized energy in my hand and putting it down. So, the power of Atlantis is almost instant. This is what I want people to understand. You can manifest things instantly. Stop worrying about stress. Stop worrying about anxiety. You're in a moment of what us shamans call should be your shamanic death. This should be the part of the time where you take to release layers of yourself, to understand who you are, to heal, to learn, to grow, and to do what needs to be done for your purpose. This is what should happen in any traumatic time in your life. After my ear is ringing like crazy after I just said that. So, whenever a traumatic event happens, you should take time to be one with your being. If family, whatever, that's cool. But you should definitely take that time to understand you as your soul, your own, your you know, who you are. Because as years go by, you change, you evolve, you don't stay the same. So, one big message I have for this transmission video in the Atlantis Energy Awakening is be mindful of your thoughts. Understand that your feelings are valid. They're not panic attacks. I mean, people will probably suffer from panic attacks, and that's understandable. But if you're on the energetic wavelengths of things and understand that energy, I mean, it's going to happen to people that don't understand this stuff, for sure. But to do your part and understand and adapt to it, be mindful of your thoughts. Understand that the Atlantis energy is of high vibrational grounding energy that brings in pure love energy. This is the most feeling of content and optimism I've felt. I don't even know. It's insane. It's wild. It's really cool. I feel lately I honestly have been I've been going more back to the vegetarian thing and eating less meat, and I've actually I feel ingesting energy, sustaining within, after meditating, a period of energy stasis. I don't know how to explain that. It's very cool. So I want everybody else to understand that this is possible. Let me look at the comments. Amy, girl, that explains why my warrior guide likes you so much. Oh my god, yeah. Warrior guides always like me. I have this thing, I have this protection thing. It's crazy. The things I do. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the things they were explaining, I'm like, yo, I went through that when I was a kid. Like, just, I don't know. Explaining about certain shamanic work that is used for protection. So, anyways, moral of the story is Atlantis energy is awakening on the planet. You have the ability to create and do things that you weren't ever able to do before, So be mindful of it. Understand that. This energy is a high vibrational grounding energy that comes from pure love. So generate it, magnify it, intensify it, like let others understand that. Be that calming nature, be that happy spirited nature. That's all we can really do in this time too. I mean, but like I said, there is going to be that darker energy awakening with that Atlantis energy. It's not going to be just all love and giggles, You got to be discerning and understand that darker energy is manipulating and tempting and almost trying to keep you in a place of like dread and doubt and fear. And I don't think any of us should be in that right now. We should be utilizing this energy, manifesting and creating almost like a utopia that Atlantis had. You know what I mean? So we have to understand that energy is more powerful than that dread, that doom, that gloom. And we got to utilize that. We have to come together. Yeah, they're segregating us and dividing us and all that stuff. But that doesn't mean we can't work on an energetic basis as a whole. Like, come on now. You can send your second self anywhere. You can do healing work from afar. You could heal the planet. You could There's so much that can be done. This is, people don't understand. The Atlantis energy is very, very telepathic, very telekinetic. We have to realize that. So if you're tapping into this Atlantis energy that's telepathic and telekinetic, and you're in a doom and gloom type of mentality, what are you creating? What are you pulling in? What are you communicating with? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. This is what you have to understand with the discernment. You can't just, this is what's going on, man. Like, let me read some comments. Jared, you go, girl. Yeah, you go, boy. Anyways, Diane, in your last video you said thoughts become form. I like that. I put that in my vision board. Absolutely, because they do. Our thoughts are not just thoughts. They create things. How are you creating your reality? Like, come on. Make shit happen. Aaron, I remember at table tipping, it came up about make organite. Yes. It's been coming up. The energy's been coming in. And it's very intense. And I'm still waiting on some more things to finish. But I'll be releasing that soon. And you're going to be so shocked. You're going to be so shocked. It's cool. I'm excited. Amy, my telepathy has been so sharp today. It's okay. Yes, it absolutely is. And I was doing it with this girl I work with, this girl, Christine. It was so funny. I'm sitting there and I mean, it doesn't matter what we're talking about, but I was about to speak to her and tell her something, and she looks at me and she says exactly what I was going to say to her. Like, I was going to, like, start up a conversation and say something, and she literally turned, like, I was like, oh, no, wait. Like, because every time I looked at her, she wasn't looking. I looked, like, twice. She wasn't looking. I was like, oh, I'll just wait. And then all of a sudden, I look up, and then she looks up, and she goes, hey, you got that thing today. And I was like, oh, I was just going to tell you that. And then a little later, I was doing something, and she came walking in, and I had seen her walking in, and then she came walking in, like, I don't know, 40 seconds later, which I have that ability already with my sight where it happens, but it was definitely a telepathic connection between me and her today. That's what that was, is me and her were vibing at the same frequency, and we were able to telepathically connect. It can be done. I mean, I know, you know, how do I word that? I don't even want to word it like that. But yeah, it's just like the whole, you think of the person and then they call you. It's like that, but tenfold by a million. Like, this is what people got to realize, is that we need to be utilizing this telepathic energy before it either goes away because you're not strengthening it. Almost like when you're a kid and you have an ability. Like when I was a kid, I had an ability and I kind of shut it off by being deterred from it, where it took me longer to get it back. So it's either you're going to connect to the wrong thing when you're doing it, or you're going to miss it out on it, or you're going to really excel in it. And I hope everybody really excels in it, because I've been working with it the last, I want to say since I did the sun video, like 2 months ago. And then I started doing the transmission videos. This Atlantis energy is sparking a fire within me that needs to be shown and thrive. So I hope you guys all understand what I'm getting at. And I hope you understand the magnitude of our capabilities. Aaron, your work is always 100% badass, top grade magical. Oh shit, thanks. Well, I put it on the back burner and focused on my services for a while. And now both are excelling very much. So it's great. Aaron, that happens to me all the time. Yes. Amy, I was advised in a session last week to watch what I say because my words are very alchemical now. Yeah, I can understand that. And that's definitely another way of looking at it. For sure. Because that creation can happen, and also extraction can happen, and like there's so many different things. So, and the transmuting capabilities of it. So that's good, though, that you should use that, you know, probably connect to Saint Germain then. That's really cool. But yeah, the telepathic, telekinetic abilities are thriving right now, and we need to utilize them. We need to strengthen them, amplify them. And yeah, so I'm excited that I hope everybody understands the sensitivity going on right now. This is what I believe as a seer, and this is what I feel, I see, and I experience as my own practice, and adapting to the energy that's around. And I would like to just share it with people, and that's what these transmissions are all about, is giving you no. Oh, Saint Germain's been at your house all week, Amy? That's awesome. Yeah, I'm sure he has. I remember. I'll never forget. I'm sitting in the shop. This happened. This guy looked just like Saint Germain. He just randomly would come in the shop every time Saint Germain wanted his candles done. He'd be like, he'd come in, he'd buy like a book or like one stone, whatever. I mean, we'd have conversations, you know. He seemed very intelligent about topics at hand. But I couldn't get over the fact that he didn't know who Saint Germain was, and he looked just like him. And I was like, dude, you gotta look him up. I wrote it down and everything for him. And that actually was the last time I seen him. Because it was all these times where I'm like, holy shit. And then finally I was like, you look like Saint Germain. But the moral of the story is, Amy, you better be manifesting that shit. You are, but that's also a good example of the Atlantis energy being the pure love, because Saint Germain works with the violet flame, which is the purity of pure love. So that's cool, and it's very similar. Oh my god, my leg is asleep. Diane, it's good to hear from you. Helps me to understand. Awesome. I love that you like these videos. I like teaching you, Diane. You're a great student. I'm excited. I liked having you in the runes class. It was nice. And I'm excited to make your rune set. Amy, oh my god, I so miss being able to walk into the shop for my magical supplies and our conversations about these awesome happenings. Yeah, so that's another thing. You all know when you come in the shop, you hear my fucking seer rants, because that's what I do. I gotta talk it out. Sometimes I just gotta talk it out to people and be like, yo, this is what I see, this is what I feel. And then they're like, I don't know. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, boom, there it is. So, I've been deciding to explain it. This has been happening a little bit now. I brought in, you know, what the hell was I talking about last time? I don't even remember. I channeled a lot of that while I was talking. I don't know. Anyways, it must not have been important. Yeah, so that energy I was saying with Atlantis is trying to deter me from speaking this message. I can feel it. Diane, can't wait to get them. Yes, I'm excited. She's going to get Moonstone rune set. So I also am going to be making, well, if anybody is interested and would like to commission out a piece rune set, hit me up. I do lapidary work, which is engraving stone, so I'm going to be making a moonstone set for Diane. I believe I can make 2 more sets with the amount of moonstone I have. I'm going to be making a tiger's eye set, a black onyx set, and I also have spider jasper, which is kind of big, and I'm not sure if I want to make them runes or if I want to make them like spell symbols, like almost like, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to make tiger's eye, black onyx, and moonstone. And I have carnelian, actually. Yeah. I forgot I had carnelian. Awesome. Amy, oh, Jess, what about an Atlantis candle? Well, the problem with that is the supplier is a little out of availability right now. So everything the candles, we're gonna. I can because we're starting to pour more. Me and Ashley are doing a shopping night on Monday, 4/20. I might have sunglasses on just to be real. But we're gonna have some candles. So basically whatever we have left is what we have left for right now. And we're pouring some, so we have some poured ones. But when I spoke about the organite, there's going to be Atlantis organite. I don't think I can make it a candle. I feel like I could make an herb mixture for Atlantis. Ooh, my arm felt weird. I mean, maybe I'll make a candle. I kind of feel like it's going to be different. I think it's going to be organite. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm stretching like this. It's actually an Elgis rune. It's for protection. So sometimes when I get a little funky, I have to do this with my arms, and I envision the symbol running through my body. So it's Elgis. But anyways, all right. I think this is about it. I'm starting to feel interference. So what I want everybody to understand and be capable of is being mindful of your thoughts. Thoughts become form. Atlantis energy is very intense. It's very telepathic, telekinetic. It's also very organic and electric. And we have to understand how, like, insanely quick we are manifesting. And the fact that we can create things out of nothing. So, you know, don't be creating all that bad shit. Yeah. I'm going to get off now and do a video for my Instagram because I haven't gone on there in a while. So, I hope you all have a great night. Understand thoughts become form. Atlantis energy is here. Be on the lookout. I am going to be releasing an Atlantis series soon. Very soon. I want to say by the end of May, just because I have a lot going on right now. And I have to make some rune sets, and I have to teach a few things privately, one-on-one. So if you guys are interested in rune readings, rune classes, learning the runes, hit me up, let me know. Commission pieces, hit me up, let me know. And always great to see you too, Aaron. You have a wonderful night. And all of you watching, thank you. Peace, blessings, and tap into that high vibrational, grounding Atlantis energy. Peace and love. Bye.